Ever since taking over WWE with Stephanie McMahon, Triple H has brought back many former wrestlers that were released within the last 2 years. This is every WWE wrestler that came back because of him. Dexter Lumis was released from WWE in April of this year, and there were clearly no plans whatsoever to really call him up onto the main roster at the time, so he was fired while Vince McMahon was still in charge. Thankfully, Triple H gave him a call and he returned to WWE, and that was a great decision because he's been one of the most entertaining things about Raw since his comeback. Lumis stays popping up out of nowhere acting like a complete creep, and I love it. Dexter is receiving some of the loudest reactions whenever he does show up, and his storyline has been very interesting with The Miz so far. The Miz being his latest victim was a perfect choice, and these two are great together. Even his videos on YouTube and social media in general are performing really well. This is the perfect sports entertainment star for the WWE, so I don't understand why Vince McMahon did not see any value in him. Last year, one of the most shocking releases was definitely Braun Strowman. I did not expect somebody that was involved in a high-profile match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, followed by a program for the WWE Championship, to be released. It just did not make sense on paper. However, the WWE executives did not like his contract. It was a lot of money, and the WWE executives love saving money, and they also thought they could basically recreate him with Omos at a cheaper rate. And that clearly did not work out. Omos has not found much success in WWE. Outside of that tag team run with AJ Styles, he's been very, very forgettable. Therefore, Triple H has decided to bring back the monster among men, and so Braun Strowman came back on last week's episode of Monday Night Raw to a monstrous pop. It's safe to say that the fans have missed him. With Hunter in charge, I expect him to have a much better run this time around instead of basically having these big matches where you build him up only for him to lose. Johnny Gargano left WWE in December 2021 when his contract expired. After having his baby with Candice LeRae, he decided to step away from wrestling to spend that time with his newborn. Some time has passed and he felt like he was ready to return to the in-ring action. I don't think he would have come back to WWE if Vince McMahon was running things. Gargano would have been a major flop if that was the case. It's a totally different story with Triple H in charge. Gargano is actually one of Triple H's favorite wrestlers that he booked. So far, his run on Raw hasn't been anything too monumental just yet, but that will change soon, especially considering the fact that he's finally stepping foot inside the ring. Gargano's also involved in a feud with Austin Theory, and it's already been fun so far, and it only should get better as time passes. Karrion Kross's first run on the main roster was awful. Everything from his presentation to the first match with Jeff Hardy was just terrible. Like, he looked ridiculous, and then he lost his match to Jeff Hardy, who was basically a jobber at this time, in minutes. It was absolutely mind-boggling to see how quickly Vince McMahon could ruin his character. And then the WWE shortly released him after that because they already ruined him by then. After about a year, Triple H made the wise decision to have him return to the company with Scarlett to immediately insert himself into a high-profile feud with Drew McIntyre. Kross already feels like a much bigger deal under Triple H's creative control. There were even reports coming out saying that he might win the WWE title from Roman Reigns, but you see, that's where you get a little too crazy, a little out of hand. I don't think he's ready for that just yet. I think it's good to see him back though. Karrion Kross is definitely a great addition to the SmackDown roster and will be a future champion for sure. There are some haters online, but who cares? They don't really know much anyways. Damage Control is one of the best things to happen to the women's division since SummerSlam. Bayley returned to the company after her ACL injury, Io Sky was finally called up to the main roster, and Dakota Kai returned to the company to join these two ladies to create a really cool group. This was a good call from Triple H because Dakota Kai's got all the talent in the world. She should have never been released in the first place. It's good to see her back and thriving in this new storyline. I'm just saying though, she should have won those tag team belts, but that's just me. Hopefully she does win those tag titles with Io Sky soon, because these two women need to be champions ASAP. Hit Row were never given the chance to really succeed in WWE, and it's kind of sad. 10 months ago, Vince McMahon called them up to SmackDown, and after the first week, he basically let go of BFAB. He was like, you know what, I don't care. And then he eventually released the entire group. Like I said, they never had a chance to really show what they could have offered because Vince McMahon just wasn't interested. Hunter had them return, and they've been a nice addition. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring back Isaiah Swerve Scott because he ended up signing a contract with AEW where he became tag team champions with Keith Lee. I think the group may need somebody to take over as the leader since it feels like they're missing that one piece. It could be Montez Ford or Angelo Dawkins if the group breaks up, or even it could be NXT wrestler Carmelo Hayes. That would be a nice fit as well. We'll have to wait and see, but they definitely need somebody in that leadership role. At Clash at the Castle, we saw the return of Giovanni Vinci, giving us the return of Imperium. I love this decision by Triple H. The group is only more powerful now, and they can even capture the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, making them stronger in the process. Good call by Triple H. Some other things that came back which aren't wrestlers are first names. Riddle got his first name back, making him Matt Riddle once again, and it is so much better. I don't know why he lost it in the first place. Ciampa also got his name back. Tommaso Ciampa sounds a lot better than just Ciampa. It doesn't make sense why you strip him of that first name either. And the Austin and Austin Theory has returned as well. Again, I will never understand taking away Austin from him. Like, what was the purpose of that? Did Vince McMahon really think he was accomplishing something with it? I don't know. I don't get it, but I'm glad Austin Theory is back because it sounds much better. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.